Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, a Legacy of the Void, and a brave Noob World. Today, going to be a bronze game sent to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description labeled a Brave Noob World. Top left, gonna be a woozlewoozzle. It is a red Zerg player. And in the top right, gonna be Noob, who is a blue Terran player. So it's gonna be a ladder game here. So, if you want me to cast your Brave Noob World replay here on this channel. Oh, it's pool first here from woozlewoozzle, around 14 supply. Okay. Send it to Snipermonkey again at the email address in the description. Make sure it's Bronze or Silver League. And make the subject Brave Noob World. He will see it. He will watch it. He will let me know whether it's an appropriate game for Brave Noob World. And we will go from there. I guarantee somebody will watch it. Okay. So we only got a couple of this month. So, or the past couple of weeks. So this is a good time to send your replays in to get cast by Falcon Paladin. All right. So is this like a proxy? Is this another barracks, mister? Yeah. Okay. So a little bit of, I wouldn't call it a proxy barracks, but it's not in the main base, so it's a partially proxy barracks. I don't know, man. I don't know. So pool opening into gas. You're not supply blocked. That is good. Make a queen. The spawning pool is done. Make a queen as soon as you can. And expanding. Okay. So this isn't a 16, 18, 17 or a 13, 12 opening, but if you're not planning on sending lings across the map super duper early, pool first builds are very, very bad. So yeah, just if you're just planning on sitting at home and macroing up, 16 hatch, 18 gas and 17 pool is the way to go here. And okay, so double. So all right, man. So 2 racks Reaper into engineering bay. Man, I love Brave Noob World. It's crazy, man. All right, so this first Reaper is out and about. Where did he go? Oh, he's playing defense. No, Reapers are not for defense. Okay, same thing. So Noob has the same problem that woozlewoozzle does here, right? Where basically if you're going to make Reapers, they gotta go attack stuff. They're terrible at defending the homeland. They're good at harassing. Here we go. So this Reaper's name is Christian. After spending his days on the phone instead of working at the command center, Christian's co-workers gave him an ultimatum. Either he does something useful or they will find him an occupation themselves. Christian, however, began hiding under his desk and still playing on his phone. Accidentally caught, he was put into a Reaper outfit by a highly irritated mob and sent against his will on a mission. This is the only way he can erase his guilt and serve the community again. All right, man. So, I mean, we're doing all right. Honestly, the easiest thing for Reapers to kill are, well, 1, workers, and 2, slow lings. Like, really good at killing slow lings. This is not bad from Noob, honestly. How much stuff has he killed? He's killed 4 lings and a drone and another couple lings. Oh, there's another dead ling. So here's the thing about being a Reaper, right? Either you want to be a Maru Reaper, or like a Clem Reaper where you don't die, probably, or you be a lower level Reaper, and hope the person that your commander is playing against is bad enough that you can get a bunch of kills and also not die. Oh, be careful. Look at this. He's avoiding getting surrounded by these lings, who, by the way, do not have speed on the way. Oh boy, I think woozlewoozzle might have forgot about the speed upgrade. He also doesn't know about, no, he does know about queens. He's got one. Was hiding under this overlord for a minute. Yeah, so we've got queens. We know what queens are about. This is cool. Noob taking a second base. Is he upgrading anything to a planetary yet? Nope. The early engineering bay might just be wall. Might not be for anything in particular, which is fun. I think Noob is probably the better player here based on the opening bit here, where woozlewoozzle doesn't have speed, where Noob is actually building tech structures and walling off, and he's got a Hellion behind the wall. And his micro with these Reapers was actually pretty darn impressive for a bronze player, I gotta say. Gotta hand it to him. Now, woozlewoozle's going for a lair. He's got a second gas. He's got 2 evolution chambers and a roach warren. So, I like this. If it was like 2-base roach ravageur kind of a thing, and Noob doesn't really have anything to stop that, right? He's making a Viking. That's not great. But Noob's got 2 factories. Oh, if he throws up tanks back here, maybe the roach idea, not as good. He's like, oh, you still have slow lings. How do you still have slow lings? We're 4:45 into this game. Yeah, it's a fair point. Oh, and even that Queen's getting out of there. Queen's like, I don't want to deal with Hellions and Reapers. Sure, I'm good against one of those things, but together, maybe they're strong enough to kill. They're really not. This is not really enough to kill you, although you're already bruised up. I don't know, man. Can one Queen kill this? Dude, this Ling... Okay, this is some pretty impressive stuff. 10 Lings and 1 drone has died. It's 400 losses to 0 losses here. And an Overlord has been killed, too. And that supply blocking was a woozle. Holy smokes. So yeah, based on the first 5 minutes of this game, it's gotta be the Terran's game to lose here, right? But this is Brave Noob World. Crazy stuff happens all the time. Why? He's just making Vikings here, getting an armory up too, building more Hellions out of the factories after he gets them a tech lab. So it's like, oh, are we getting Blue Flame here? What's the plan with that tech lab? A siege tank. Okay. All right, cool. We got this. We got it figured out. Everything's fine. Vikings hunting for overlords to kill, and none of them appear to be out on the map. So, again, oh, we're going to kill a drone, though. Oh, I love that. Drone holding a Zelnaga watchtower is a very weird thing. Noob's like, don't do that, man. What a terrible life choice you just made there. All right, so 6 roaches on the way. There's a tank coming out here, though. We saw that, right? Yeah, this could make a Banshee. A Banshee pretty good against roach attacks, even if they have the Ravagers. Did you see the PTR? By the time you see this video, yes, you've seen the proposed balance changes to StarCraft 2 that were released last week, like a week and a half ago now-ish. So, yeah, you know, a lot of things are being proposed, right, to be changed. Nothing is set in stone yet. But one of the things is increasing the time it takes for a roach to morph into a Ravager, which deals with Ravager rushes and also deals with Ravager defenses. Kind of nerfs both of those things. I thought that was an interesting thing for whoever is determining this stuff anymore to do. Again, I assume they're talking to pro players about this stuff, but I don't know. I'm kind of curious about the motivation on that one in particular. I mean, they're getting rid of enhanced shockwave for ghosts, but giving them a basic larger EMP radius, about half as big. So it's like, so it's free, but it's not as good. I don't know. I don't know how Terrans feel about that one. Like, there's just all sorts of changes. For Protoss, I don't know. Like, we're looking at stuff about carriers, right? And how bunched up interceptors are when they're attacking. Just all sorts of nothing like crazy game changey. Also, dude, just get speed. You have enough money for speed. You have enough money for like 37 roaches, man. He's got 700 minerals and 900 gas. And he's just like, well, upgrades. I'm not going to say no to upgrades, but you also need to be making stuff. Dude, if you showed up with like 20 roaches and like 5 Ravagers, I think you just bust through this and win. It's 1 siege tank. You corrosive bile down that thing with 3 corrosive biles. It dies. Everything else dies. And you're golden. You're good. But instead, you're getting blue flame. Nope. Regular Hellion dropped. Well, Hellbat dropped, I guess, is the more accurate way to say that. No, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Got it. Got it. Good. Third base here from woozlewoozzle. Queens are like, oh, is there a medevac up here causing trouble? Let me go kill that real quick. Although that did not happen, did it? Because the medevac is over here instead. So yeah, it looks like a mech play. And that really, again, gives me a lot of concern here for woozlewoozzle. Because mech play is insanely good against lower level Zergs. Higher level Zergs, they don't care about mech. Mech does not concern them at all. But for players at this level, or, you know, through Diamond, like a ton of tanks and Hellbats and Roaches and stuff is just hard for the Zerg player to deal with. Especially, you know, you got the Thors, right? Doing anti-air to anything you try to kill. Like, you try to go Mutas, Thors handle that. Try to go Broodlords, Thors handle that. And then your ground army's like, well, there's a million siege tanks and Hellbats. So, like, can't really deal with this with Lings, and you can't really deal with it with, like, Roaches or Hydras because there's a million siege tanks, and they outrange my Lurkers if I want to go for that, too. So, I mean, you've got to be abducting stuff with Vipers, which is probably too much to ask for a bronze-level player to do, you know. Throwing down blinding clouds on tanks, coming at the mech ball from all angles, you know. You've seen it before. You've seen players like Raynor and Dark and Cyril and Rogue pull it off. You know how it works. Anyway, Spire is coming in. I mean, woozlewoozzle's like, I do have a lot of money. You could make 12 mutas. He doesn't have the supply for that. Ooh, good scan. He's like, oh, interesting, a Spire. And a million queens in your bane. Okay. Making a lot of queens. We'll never say no to that one. A ton of queens are going to be useful as base defense for pretty much anything you're doing. Now, having queens is better than not having queens in every situation. Thor production has begun here from Noob. He's taking his back safe expansion as a third. And woozlewoozzle taking his fourth down this left side. So, let's see. I don't know. Again, I feel like this is just the Terran's game to lose here. He's spending his money better. He has about half as many workers. Well, whatever. A third as many workers as woozlewoozzle does. Wait, two-thirds? Two-thirds as many workers. woozlewoozzle's oversaturated here at his main. Could probably toss down a few workers to his third base here, or maybe to the fourth. It's almost done. That'll work out just fine. Yeah, these lings... Is he still... Man, he still has 0 losses. 0. 26 lings, 5 drones, and a overlord have died in this game. And Noob has lost nothing. Nothing. I'll name that early 2000s Flash animation reference I just made there. Holy schmoly. Yeah, again, still oversaturated up here. More upgrades would be cool. He's making corruptors. I guess because he knows there's Vikings flying around, and he's like, I'd like to deal with those, thank you. Not a bad idea. There's 2 Vikings and 2 Liberators, so like some corruptors are going to be good. I would not go Mass Corruptor here. But yeah, maybe Mass Corruptor and Broodlord might actually break this quite nicely. There aren't quite enough Thors to handle. If like 12 Broodlords showed up here. But woozlewoozzle spending his money a little bit more efficiently. Not going to say no to that. Also, oh, he made some mutas. Okay. There's a billion turrets up here at this third, though. Man. Yeah, so mutas less good here. There are Liberators flying around. These Thors do splash damage. Turrets are really good against mutas just in general. How are these boys doing? They're getting healed up with tissue regeneration, which is nice. Really fast health regen there. Look at that. Out of combat. Remember when they added that? Really made mutas a lot more viable in StarCraft, but not so viable that they are seen everywhere, right? Mutas are a bit of a rare sight to see. Mostly because Phoenix still wreck them. And things like Vipers and Hydras kind of deal with them in ZVZ too. So... yeah, mutas probably see the most against Terran, but that's when they start building things like Thors, and then the muta ball kind of stops. So, ooh, Roach Speed's almost done. Wait, is that Hydra Speed or Roach Speed? I always get those confused. Looks like it was Hydra Speed. Okay, so the Hydras have their speed upgrade now, Muscular Augment, for the some Hydras that exist. There they are. Yeah, look how zippy they are. Zippity zoppity. 144 to 83 total supply. 3 basing Terran. Is this kind of like the game we had last week? Featuring Baby Swiss against a Terran who is turtling up on 3 bases. He was making battle cruisers. I mean, Noob is not doing that. Noob's going more traditional mechy style. He could, though. He's making another starport with a tech lab. Look, we could totally see it happening. Good scan. I like that Noob's continuing to scan. He sees the corruptors, the mutas, the lings, the queens. He doesn't... Oh, he does see the roaches coming into frame here, too, though, if he's paying attention closely enough. Oh, a lurker den! Oh, yeah. I mean, this is bronzy for a lot of things. The openings were pretty bad for both players. And, like, yeah, either of these players are getting stomped at, like, platinum or diamond level. But, you know, they've got some good ideas here. They're expanding fairly well. Like, Lurker's a little bit tricky for Bronze League players to use. You know, Liberator's kind of a weird thing for lower level players to use too. Thor's a little tricky because they've got their 2 types of attack. The one that does splash damage to the air and the one that does single target big time damage to air. To armored targets like things like Broodlords or Carriers or Battle Cruisers, right? They're really, really good anti-air against cap ships that way. But since there's mutas out, you want these in splash damage, and that, you know, that's a tricky thing to kind of consider with all the million other things you're trying to do. So it's 195 to 102 supply. Are you kidding me? woozlewoozzle might win this, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. He's up double the supply, but it's a Terran. I don't know. If the Lurker's set up here, and well, there's detection there. I was going to say if they don't get scanned, they could wipe all this out, but there's a turret here. Noob knows where the scan button is because he's been using it all game. So that really shouldn't be something that happens. Noob to see the lurkers come in, target them down with the Thors. They all die. And, you know, maybe a couple Marines here. Maybe a couple Hellbats go down. But it really shouldn't be the end of the world. Unless woozlewoozle's planning on defending. In which case, that's not going to happen at all. There will be no confrontation here like I'm imagining. Another base. Maybe woozlewoozle expanding creep down this way. He's got 3,000 minerals. You might as well expand, buddy. When you have a ton of cash like that, expanding is the way to go. So yeah, players just kind of massing up a little bit here. Noob, again, severely deficient on the amount of things he has. Liberator's very good against lurkers, too. I think both players pretty much just have one control group for everything, right? It's like, this is my army, and this is my army. They're probably using F2. Right? Right. I think everybody uses F2 sometimes. Some people use it all the time, and some people use it rarely, but I don't know. I think even the pros throw down an F2 every once in a while. We see it sometimes. We see it with overseers. Like set up somewhere to observe. Well, I guess that's what oversight mode is for. But before oversight mode, you'd see an overseer like be hanging out, getting some good intel, and then like just woof, come back to where the main army is for no reason. It's like, that was an F2 moment, wasn't it? Going for tunneling claws. Do you have... He's got burrow. What the heck? Yeah, man. Either bronze players are getting better, or like woozlewoozle maybe not quite bronze. I love these slowlings here at 16 minutes. He's got a hive on the way, and he doesn't have metabolic boost. He's like, you know what? I'm not going to invest anything into Zerglings today, although he has +1 melee attack. And +1 missile attack. Further upgrades here would be nice, especially because you're maxed out and you have a ton of money, woozlewoozle. So at some point, I feel like we got to have an engagement. Seems like a lot to ask, maybe. Well, woozlewoozle's out on the move. Enhanced Shockwave coming into EMP the nothing. There are no infestors. There are no Vipers to EMP, man. Sure, the Queens, but if they're off creep, they can't transfuse anyway. So, whatever. Like, sure, for future... Do not come across this bridge, woozlewoozle. You will die. And he's like, you know what, Falcon? You're right. Let's go back across this bridge, which is safe right now. Go, Queens. Get on that creep. Run, 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 run. Yeah, Noob's like, I'm on 3 bases. Cool. And see, the other problem with woozlewoozle here is that he got maxed out, and then he's like, well, we're just going to shark around for a minute and let Noob catch up. It's just the nice thing to do. He's at 100 supply, and if we just kind of move around and maybe threaten him a little, but don't actually attack him, then he can get up to 150 and then 200 supply like me. It'll be a lot harder to kill him. How nice is that? Just the most wonderfully considerate Zerg player in the world here. Noob is like, you know, that's a big army, but I got mech. I'm cost efficient here. I've got spellcasters. I know one of these players has a bronze border, so they're definitely bronze, but like, I don't know, man. We got ravens here. We got lurkers here. Those are not things we generally see in Brave Noob World. Dude, woozlewoozle, just take this base. Just, this base is not going to live. I have bad feelings about it. Terrible, terrible feelings about the safety of the 6 o'clock base for woozlewoozle. Well, I mean, look, Noob's got 4 bases. woozlewoozle's like, I need another base. I get it. I do on this map. Yeah, see, those Thors are in splash targeting mode, which they need to be, because this is mutas and this is corruptors. I mean, killing the mutas is probably the priority here. Oh, are we going? No. We're donating a Mutalisk. But yeah, like I said about this hatch, not happening, is it? No. You think woozlewoozle knows about canceling? Because that was a prime candidate for a cancel instead of a let it die. All right, lurkers. Oh, he's got... Oh, he burrowed his queens here. He burrowed everything here. I got burrow. Might as well use my burrow. Ah! Surprise! Oh, wait, no, there's nobody surprised. No one is surprised by that. Got it. Look at these sensor towers that are getting set up here by Noob. They cover pretty much more than half of the map with their sensoriness. Okay, this one's gonna die. Yeah, sensor towers are real problematic here. A good anti-armor missile right here. There it is. Bam! I don't know about this engagement for the Zerg player. You just got Dorito dusted. All the mutas died immediately. This is an anti-mutalisk army. Liberators in air mode. Thors in splash damage air mode. Oh, and these... Okay. Well, remember how woozlewoozzle was up 200 to 100 supply? Now it's 188 to 140 supply. Yep. What a very interesting composition here from Noob. It's a lot of Liberators and a couple Vikings, a couple Ravens, and then the ground army is... It's like half air, half ground here. It's a good number of Thors and stuff, and Hellbats and tanks, but it's a lot of Liberators, man. Liberators are difficult for, you know, lower level players to deal with no matter what race you are. No matter if you're a Zerg Protoss or Terran. So here comes Noob. And I don't know if woozlewoozzle... Alright, he's going to try it here. The Corruptors are like, we want to hit air things. And the air things are like, no, we're back here. Leave us alone. Yeah, kill this creep. Wait for it to recede. That's the ticket. Although there's a tumor right here. It's going to cause you some problems, sir. Is he expanding again? Nope. Nope. No. woozlewoozzle should have expanded here like 5 minutes ago. Just severely chose not to. It's okay. Tanks. Bring the Raven in. Kill these Tumas. There we go. Tumor down. There we go. Those tumors are down. Now this group's going to recede for real. Free Lurker, though. Okay, more free... Oh, gosh, the Lurkers, though. All right. So the Lurkers are having a bad time. The Corruptors are fighting here. We got anti-armor missile tossed again. And look at these Liberators and Thors chasing these Corruptors away. Okay, more scan. There you go. More scan. Lurkers will die. No problemo. Unsupported Lurkers against Thors and tanks and stuff? Nope. Not happening. This base is dead. Noob's up at 187 and 96 supply. What? Oh, no. He's making Mutalisks. woozlewoozzle is... Yeah. So, yeah, the two lessons of this game have been mech is really good at the lower leagues, and if your opponent is not maxed out and you are maxed out, don't be a gentleman and allow them to max out too. Don't do it. It's bad as this fourth base dies. Or third? I guess this is... I think this was the third. Anyway, whatever. woozlewoozzle's down to 3 bases. Against against Noob's 4. So yeah, do the math, everyone at home. It really looks like woozlewoozzle is just a dead nerd. And yeah, just you gotta be abducting Thors into like groups of Lurkers or Hydras and Roaches, picking them off one by one. Once all the Thors are gone, then sure, your Corruptors coming in and just kind of lay waste. Maybe make some Broodlords, get rid of the tanks, but these Thors are what are really key in this composition. And if the Thors are dead, this is a lot easier. Mass Liberator is not actually super good against Corruptors. Corruptors are armored and tough and take no bonus damage from Liberators at all. Actually, did they get rid of that bonus versus light the Libs have? I think they did, but they still do so much damage to... Well, to mutas, which is their primary thing that they like to kill. Pretty bad against everything else, though. Not bad against interceptors if your Protoss opponent is making carriers against you, though. Greater Spire on the way from the woozlewoozzle. Got a lot of vital drones up here. Again, 5,000 minerals mean you can expand down here. 5,000 minerals means also that you can remax on something. I think it just doesn't know what to do. Like, do I make Broodlords here? I wouldn't. Not right now. This has to be an abduct style situation. So yeah, I guess point number 3 is the player that uses spellcasters usually beats the player that doesn't use spellcasters in StarCraft. And these Ravens are spellcasters, and nothing that woozlewoozzle's using are spellcasters. The Queens, kind of. They haven't really accomplished anything, though. He brought them with the intent of having some anti-air, but then the tank count was too high, and the Queens were like, no. Not interested, thanks. Yeah, this is a slow death. This is a very slow, painful death for woozlewoozzle. He's like, I can't engage with this. And Noob's like, I was being patient. Don't worry about it, man. Ow. Ow. This Corruptor army's like, we could stop these You cannot stop these tanks, Corruptor army. I'm sorry. These tanks have +2 attack. That's good. And +3 armor. Yeah, +3 ship and vehicle plating is done. Okay. All right. Well, woozlewoozzle's down to 5,000 minerals. He's got an army consisting of 21 Corruptors, a Broodlord, and like 3 Mutas. So, nope. Dude, Thors, get up here. Nothing can kill you. There's one Broodlord. Maybe you're not in anti-Broodlord mode, though. Oh, no. All right, kill this base, and you've completely starved woozlewoozzle. Because he should have this base, but he doesn't. But it's a brave Noob World. All right, here we go. Okay, remember when I was like, the Corruptors are good? Nope. If they've been anti-armor missiled, and it's like a 1-to-1 ratio of Liberator to Corruptor, and the Corruptors are all stacked up, yes, fine. Liberators do no problem there. They just kick butt. Ooh. Amazing. Really, really amazing stuff. Yeah, this is the power of mech. I think that's the lesson. If you take one lesson away from this game, it's that mech is good. Look at this resources lost tab. 29,475 for woozlewoozzle and 4,400 for Noob. That is chef's kiss. Incredibly effective stuff from Noob. He lost a Thor, an SCV, 4 Hellbats, a couple Reapers, rest in peace Christian, 7 Liberators, 1 of his Ravens. It's just nothing. It is nothing in the grand scheme of a 25-minute game. On the other side, 47 Corruptors, 3 Hatcheries, 82 Lings, 21 Mutalisks, 13 Roaches, 15 Queens. How many Queens are alive? 1 is alive at the end of this game. Yeah, it's just, you know, if you're a low APM player and you need a strategy that goes along with your low APM, I mean, look, he averaged 100 APM in this game, so it's not like he was playing at 25, but you know, it's not crazy fast, I guess. Anywho, wow, that was very good Terran play. Remember when I was like, the Zerg player has this, and the Zerg player never attacked anything until the Terran was real big and scary? This was bad. It was really bad. All right. That's that. That's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Brave Noob World. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.